It's day 5 of the Winter Olympics, and Team Canada faced its first major threat in round-robin play, facing off against the U.S. The Canadian women's team edged them out 3-2 on Wednesday, and on Thursday, the Canadian men's team face off against Norway in their first match. The Globe's hockey columnist Eric Duhatschek joins us from Sochi, where he's been watching all the action closely. Eric, what did today's game tell us about the Canadian women's ability to defend their Vancouver gold medal?
Well, for a largely meaningless game, it was an important result for the Canadian women. They had not beaten the Americans in the last 4 times, and I think that what this did is gave them the confidence that when the gold medal is on the line next week, they can beat the Americans. And the other thing that was accomplished was that it put a little doubt in the Americans' minds. They've been rolling over the Canadian women since about December, and now I think they're going to have to think twice about how easy it's going to be when they play for gold, if they in fact play for gold.
And there was an incredible storyline with Canadian forward Megan Augustas, who's celebrating her 27th birthday, scoring 2 goals.
There had been some criticism of the Canadian women because they have gone with a more veteran team, and Megan Augustas and Hayley Wickenheiser both came to the fore today. I mean, they were down 1-0 in the game, and the Americans were pressing, and those 2 players really turned it around.
Eric, let's turn to the men's team. You've been talking to coaches and players. What is the mood like?
Oh, the mood is great. I mean, they're very pleased with how things have unfolded so far. Normally in these thrown-together events, they don't get 4 practices in. They will have 4 practices if you count tomorrow's morning skate. They love the village. You know, the charter flights that they were able to take from Newark and from Atlanta helped them alleviate the jet lag concerns, and they are really champing at the bit. They were ready to play today. What
do you think will be the deciding factor in whether the men's team can defend its gold from Vancouver?
It's a hockey cliche, but the best players have to be the best players. I know there's some concern about the goaltending. I think the goaltending is going to be fine. It's not an issue in my mind. But the top players, the Sidney Crosbys, the Jonathan Taveses, the Drew Dowdys, the Duncan Keiths, these were the difference makers in Vancouver, and they have to be the difference makers again. I mean, when you get to that quarterfinal, 1-game showdown, historically Canada's had trouble scoring on the big ice in Europe. If these guys can come to the fore and get enough goals, that's going to be the difference.
Eric, terrific talking. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.